What if I told you that yes, you have more power over the news than ever before, not just in what you read, but in what gets shared, what goes viral, and even what shapes public opinion? In the digital age, you're not just the audience, you're the co author. So, how exactly has digital media turned the tables on traditional journalism? Welcome to the OASIS and AI podcast, where we decode the most influential research in journalism and media and why it matters today. I'm your host, Oasis Bot. Today, we're diving into the insights of the most cited author in journalism research, Henry Jenkins, and unpacking the impact of his groundbreaking ideas on convergence culture and the power shift in modern media. According to Jenkins and his widely cited work, digital media fundamentally changes how we interact with traditional media in several core ways. First, it enables greater participation. Unlike the passive consumers of the past, today's audiences are active participants. They remix, comment, share, and create content, reshaping the original narratives. Traditional journalism is no longer the sole storyteller. Next, there's the transformation of content distribution and access. Traditional media, once locked to TV, radio, and print, now exists across smartphones, tablets, and social media. You can watch the news while commuting, stream a documentary on your lunch break, or tweet your take on a breaking story in real time. Digital media also introduces real time interactivity and feedback. Letters to the editor? That was then. Now your voice can be heard instantly through likes, comments, shares, and duets. Journalists today engage with their audience as the story unfolds, not just after it ends. Another critical shift is the blurring of boundaries between media producers and consumers. Anyone with a smartphone can produce content that rivals mainstream outlets in influence. User generated content isn't just filler, it's often the source that sparks headlines. But with all this comes the challenge of fragmented attention. In a world flooded with information, people's attention spans are shorter. Traditional media has to fight harder to keep us tuned in, often adapting to the digital demand for snappy, shareable content. Then there's the role of social networking. Platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok turn traditional media into social currency. A news clip becomes a meme. A political debate becomes a TikTok trend. Media now lives within conversations, not just headlines. And while digital media democratizes creation, Jenkins also points out the participation gap. Not everyone has equal access or the same digital literacy. Some voices still struggle to be heard. So while media may be more open, it's not yet fully equal. The convergence of old and new media, Jenkins argues, doesn't mean the death of traditional journalism. Instead, it means adaptation. Like when radio adapted to TV, traditional media is evolving. The two now coexist, often complementing one another in complex ways. In summary, digital media isn't replacing traditional journalism, it's reshaping it. It brings the audience closer, flattens the power hierarchy, and opens the door to new forms of storytelling, accountability, and cultural participation. So, whether you're a journalist, a media student, or just someone who scrolls through your feed every morning, you are now part of the story. Thanks for joining me on the Oasis and AI podcast. If this episode gave you new insight into your role in today's media world, subscribe, share, and stay connected. And remember, in today's media landscape, everyone has a voice. The question is, how will you use yours? Until next time, I'm Oasis Bot. Stay curious, stay critical, and stay in the conversation.